Hello. It is your girl, Shadana Speaks More. Welcome to another episode in the Warrior Zone. Today, I have the honor and the privilege of interviewing one of our amazing coaches on the URAWarrior app. And you guys are in for a treat. That's all I got to say. Her story, her background, her expertise, just her energy all together is going to blow you away. So, Malaika Simmons is going to be our special guest for today. So, welcome to the show, Malaika. How are you?
Thank you. I am doing well. Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is fantastic.
You are very welcome. So, as you know, we have this podcast to really share our warrior stories with the world and just really embrace what we have gone through, why we are where we are today, or how we are where we are today, and just really encourage and empower others to go out there and be a warrior because we know that everyone is a warrior in their own light. So, I just want to kick off the podcast. I know we don't have that much time today, but I just want to hear what is your warrior story? Like, what is your story on how you became the person that you are today?
Well, I was born on a Wednesday. So we're gonna get real basic, right? There is a poem called Wednesday's Child. No,
Mm.
I can't remember what the name of the poem is, but inside the poem, every day has a story. And Wednesday's child is full of woe. Like, how depressing is that? And so for a really long time, I was living out, maybe subconsciously, right? I know I'd heard about the poem as a kid, but I was kind of living that out. Like I was always deep into myself. I was not an introvert. I've always been very extroverted, loved talking to people, but I always thought about things really deeply. I've always been a high achiever. I was in the talented and gifted program when I was a kid. I skipped a grade. So I was always going. And fast forward to being an adult and being in the corporate world, being a Black woman in corporate spaces and places that were not necessarily meant for you or welcoming of you, it was a struggle. It was an absolute struggle. And so I came up with a methodology almost by accident. Like I
Wow.
wasn't really trying to create a thing. The thing just came to me, and I always tell people that I feel like God downloaded it into my spirit is what I needed to maintain. And I've spent many years making sure that I share it with other women.
Mm, that is so beautiful. And what I love the most about what you just said is it's almost like you stumbled upon your purpose by accident, right? And one
Yeah.
of the things that I love about this journey called life is that oftentimes we're headed in one direction thinking that's the way that we're supposed to go, but what really makes us a warrior is when we are in alignment and we stumble upon our purpose just by doing what we love, right? And it sounds like that's exactly what happened to you, right?
You nailed it. Like that. I will give you your $5 after the show. Okay. Like you nailed it. So here's the thing. I always tell people that I serve unapologetically from my zones of joy and genius. And
Mm-hmm.
what we know is that when we are happy, we are more productive. And when we are productive, we are useful and we are serving. And so whether you know it or not, you are a servant, right? You
Mm.
and so a lot of us that take on that servant leading title, we do the most. And matter of fact, we do too much. Right?
Totally.
Because we're leading our teams, our people, our congregations, or what have you. And we forget that in order to lead people, you have to be aligned with who you truly are. Right. And so you nailed it. Two of my favorite words are alignment and joy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. And
Mm.
I created a, a methodology. It's called the Momentology method. And it's three major principles are awareness, gratitude, and expectance. So it's about that thing in the back of your head, like this can't be life. What's going
Mm-hmm.
on, right? You get this awareness that there's more to be or to have or to do. And then the gratitude is being thankful for what you have, right? Because I always say I'm not grateful because I'm blessed. I'm blessed because I'm grateful.
Come on here.
It goes in the opposite direction. You can't wait for the thing to happen for you to get your happy. You have to have your happy, and things that you love will come to you. And then lastly is that
Mm-hmm.
expectance, because we get exactly what we expect. Uh, we get
Mm-hmm.
exactly. We don't want that accountability. We don't want to admit that when you don't get that job and you go, "Oh, I knew it." What you mean you knew it? I thought you wanted it. What do you mean?
Right.
Ma'am, sir, what?
You expected
You
it.
expected not to get it. So the universe, God gave you what you expected.
Interesting. Mm.
That's how we
I
roll.
love that awareness, gratitude, and expectancy. That is powerful. That is very powerful. So I guess with that being said, because I know even traveling this journey and stumbling upon your purpose and just really serving and helping other people and just being the warrior that you are, because you are amazing, right?
Thank you.
How do you armor up daily? Because one of the things that I noticed about us, especially as successful women, Black women, just any woman or any human being for that matter, that's successful, that's on this journey and just really striving to be the best that they can be, it's a daily journey, right? And I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times people think once you reach a certain level, you reach that certain height, then that's it, right? But it's like a muscle. It's just like going to the gym. You can't go to the gym and expect to have a six pack over in a week, right? So how
Absolutely.
do you armor up, like spiritually, mentally, emotionally? What does that take for you to continue to fulfill this warrior zone within yourself and discover, or just I guess operate in your purpose on a daily basis? Because I know it's not easy. You make it look elaborate, right? You really make it
Oh,
look really good. But I know,
listen,
I
listen,
know.
listen. We are the plate spinners and we're doing all the things and all the time. It's a matter of, so alignment is number one, right? But how do you align? Because you can say, well, I need to be
Mhm.
aligned to my purpose. We go, okay,
Talk about it.
how am I do that, right? It's a matter of truthfulness, of honesty. And so we miss
Mhm.
that step sometimes because we're like, okay, I'm going to do a thing or I have a purpose or a goal in mind, but we're not really honest about what we really want. So we want the thing because somebody told us that that was what we were supposed to do,
Hmm.
because our society said that that's the role that we're supposed to have, our families, whatever the case may be. If it's not coming from you and your center, then it's not in alignment. But we kind of pretend we don't hear it and like, oh well, that doesn't pay the bills. I know that makes me happy, but I can't get paid doing that, so I got to go do this other thing. Or we tell
Mhm.
ourselves stories about no pain no gain, and you got to fake it till you make it. First of all, I know this is backwards in this recording, but faith, faith it till you make
Face
it.
it. Yes.
I don't fake nah. I don't fake it, because here's the thing. So a little bit back about me and my background. So I am a PhD student, a doctoral student in international psychology.
Mhm.
My master's is in health education. My undergrad is in psychology. I love psychology and neuroscience. I love thinking about the way we think about
Mm.
things. And what we know about the
Mhm.
human psyche is that you pretending this is the reason why when you Google some affirmations, I'm awesome, and you wonder why you don't feel awesome,
Right.
because you've not fertilized your spirit. You've not given yourself anything to look forward to. You're just saying some words out there that are out in the air. So I have a
Mhm.
methodology and a way of helping my clients to say things that resonate, that raise their frequency, so that they are in alignment with their purpose, what God set for them. And so that everything they do is based on that premise, versus just, I'm just going to do these scattered everyday things. It doesn't matter what you
Mhm.
do, but it matters who you are while you're doing it.
Mm. That's good. Oh my God, honey, I should have brought my handy dandy notebook so I could take some notes, honey, because you are dropping some jewels. Look, you guys, listen. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting something from this today. Now, okay. So without giving too much, because I know people pay you probably a thousands of dollars to work with you to learn your methodologies and really go through this process. Because one of the things that you just said is that I got from what you just said is that it's one thing to do affirmations, right? Because everybody thinks you just wake up and say, I am beautiful, I am awesome, I am rich, and it's just gonna happen. But it's another thing to be that, right? And to feel that, because that's where the misalignment comes in. If you saying it and you don't really feel it, then you're not
Absolutely.
going to be it, right? So if
Absolutely.
you could give the people like maybe one or two pointers on how they can begin to, I guess, embody that, without just it being like lost words that they're
Mhm.
just throwing up against the wall like spaghetti noodles. How it what are what are some things that you, or some pointers or something that you can give the people to really embrace the warrior within themselves and know that yes, you can say these things and you can also be that, without it being going on deaf ears, falling on deaf ears.
Yes. Yes. I love that question, because there's a lot of people that tell you what to do. They didn't tell you how to do
Right.
it. You should do this, be this
Exactly.
way. Like, oh, that sounds great, but how do I get
Mm-hmm.
there? Right. So Momentology, I used to call it mindfulness for the rest
Mm-hmm.
of us, right? Because a lot of times while we're out here trying to do all of these things, like meditation, transcendental meditation, what, huh? I'm just trying to get these kids in and out of
Whew,
school, get to work. You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
whole nother podcast.
I can't wrap my head around that, right? So the thing that I say to people is sometimes we just take too much
Mm-hmm.
on at one time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's why it's
Mm.
momentology. It's the study and the practice with an emphasis on practice, on operating, succeeding from right now, wherever
Mm-hmm.
you happen to be at this moment until the next moment comes. So we have a tendency to do what I call stacking. We are worried about the past. Oh, I should have got that such and such degree. I should have married that tall drink of water, whatever, right? And then
Not
we stack
all drinking
that we stack that on our current worries. Oh my goodness, I have a bill that's $979.34. We get real specific on the things we don't want. But yet
Mm.
want something, I want a good job. What that mean? We don't get with the level of specificity around what we want is vague. The level of specificity around what we worry about is specific. So
Wow.
God loves specificity. Okay.
Mm.
Success loves specificity. Get real specific. I want an AMG 63 black on black
Come
Mercedes
on.
Benz.
Mm.
Hold on one again. You see this here?
Okay.
This is my baby. This is
I'm
my
here for
baby.
that.
There's my baby. My husband got it for me. It's a GLE Coupe 63 AMG, and it got Momentology on the back. Y'all might not be able to see that, but we not playing no
Wow.
game in this manifestation.
Wow.
Right? Be specific about what you want. That's number
Right.
one. Okay, number two is
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to jump for the biggest, baddest thing out there. So for example, I'm working on my PhD. I had to start somewhere. So if you don't even have your GED, you're like, how the heck am I going to get a PhD?
Mm-hmm.
Start by your affirmation is not that I'm Dr. So and so. It could be. But how about I love learning? Something that you can say it and you don't feel fake about it. Because if you say I am a PhD, meter starts going on, girl, you ain't no PhD. You can't get that. So how do you fight her? So in order to get past that, you go, okay, we're not going to do PhD yet, but I do love learning. Yourself in that position where you're thinking about, oh man, I love that class that I took on XYZ. So what happens is your vibration it raises. You can even feel your body change when you are
Mm-hmm.
feeling the feel of what you love. So then you go, oh man, when I
Mm.
graduated from, maybe you graduate, maybe you're going after a bachelor's, but you already got your high school diploma. It felt so good to walk across that stage. Remember the exact feeling that you felt when you were walking across the stage. Maybe you haven't graduated yet.
Mm.
Bring home your little certificate to your grandma, and she said, come on, baby, come here, give me a kiss. That feeling that you felt when grandma was proud of you is the same feeling you'll feel when you walk across that stage to get your PhD. It's the exact same thing. So once you get used to feeling that feel, you will put yourself in situations and situations will arise to help you to feel that more. So that's just one little part of it, but it's stop trying to do
Mm.
all the time right now and just focus on the feeling of what you want and you will be surprised how different things start to come to you, ideas and people and places and circumstances that will help you get to your goal.
Mm. Baby, we might as well just go ahead and drop the mic and get off right now because that was good to me. And I so concur with what you just said because I feel like earlier on in my manifestation journey, that's kind of where I started, right? It used to be where things looked so big and out of sight to me. And I used to always tell my clients, like, I would go to the finest restaurant, honey, knowing I can't afford it. I'll get me a salad and a water. I'll post up with my laptop and act like I'm rich because I knew one day that I would be there and I just wanted to get that feeling of what it would feel like to be in that environment, right? So that's what I did. I couldn't afford it.
Yes.
A salad was
Yes.
like $25 and I'm like, what in the world? barely had gas, but I did it. And eventually I was able to do those things like real time, but I had to feel what that would feel like. I wanted to be uncomfortable because it made me so uncomfortable to do that
That's
because
the
I
part.
felt like I didn't belong. But then once I got
That
into
is
the
the
circles, I was like,
that's the
oh, this
part.
feels familiar. This feels good, right? And I knew the feeling because I had already immersed that feeling years ago before it actually manifested. So kudos to you for that. That was good. So what I heard you say is
That
number
is
one,
absolutely,
be very,
absolutely
very,
correct.
very specific. Whatever it is that you want, be specific about it. Don't just be so broad like I just want a car. Like what kind of car? What color do you want? How do you want the seats to be? How do you want it to smell, right? And then the other thing is really immerse yourself in the feeling of what that would feel like real time once it manifests for you, because the more you can get into that feeling, the easier and the quicker it will manifest for you, and then it will make sense to say that affirmation because then you can feel it, right?
Yes. Yes. And the third thing is say it out loud.
Mm.
Speak life. There is power in the tongue. There's a reason why that's in the Bible, because God didn't say that. God didn't think, let there be light. He said, let there be light.
Mm-hmm.
There is this power when you say something out loud. I will tell you really quickly. One time I said to myself, I was just scrolling on, I was looking at different things I wanted to do, and I said, I found this program. I was like, oh, this is a fantastic program for women. I would love to teach. I didn't say I wanted to join the program. I said, I want to teach the program. Do you
Mm.
know the director of that program reached out to me, and then I said, oh, it's so fantastic. I was just looking at this. Can I ask, how did you get my name? And she said, I don't know.
Wow.
She couldn't
Power of
remember
your
where she got my name from, but I wound up teaching, I wound up presenting to women for whom I had said out of my mouth that this is the thing that I needed to be doing.
Oh my God. Woo. This was
We
so
can,
powerful.
we
I
can do these
appreciate this
things.
whole
We can do these
entire
things.
conversation.
Yes, we can
Yes.
do these things.
For sure. And I guess to wrap it up, because you've said so much, like I'm just like, this felt like it was an hour long, and it wasn't, because it was just so many jewels that have been dropped. So my last question to you is, after all of that, just stumbling upon your purpose, just really being aligned to what it is that you are doing today, being able to manifest this amazing lifestyle, being able to cope with the things that you went through, and really being able to armor up daily, what does it mean to you to be a warrior in the world?
I call everyone world changers. I believe that we are all world changers. So if you see me out here on these LinkedIn streets, I will say, hey, world changer, because you are. For someone, somewhere, you are changing their world, even if it just starts
Mm.
with your own, right? And so being a warrior to me means understanding what strength really is. And strength is not always for show, strength is not always what other people think. Strength is you aligning to who you are, having the clarity of who you are, confidence to pull it off, and conviction to stand in it every single day, because this is the
Mm.
moment. Every moment is the moment.
Wow. Every moment is the moment. And we're going to drop the mic on that one. Thank you so much, Malaika. This was
Yes.
amazing. Thank you again for just being a part of the You Are a Warrior community, and just being you, right? You are such a light to the world, and we embrace you. We love you. And I really appreciated this conversation. So thank you so much. Thank you all so much again for watching another episode of The Warrior Zone. Until next time, have a great afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.